this video gets down to the nitty-gritty. Alright, so I'm going to take you through a very careful proof regarding the alleged disappearance of this plane, MH370. I operate the channel Spirit of the Meadows. Before I do this, I want to show you some video uploads to give you a sense of where I might fit on the shield spectrum. We have video titles such as The Hidden Lands on Google Earth Part 2, What's Up with the 24-Hour Antarctic Sun, DJT Risks It All Insulting Taylor Swift, Sabotage or Checkmate, Photo of Super Sinister Bite and Snarl circulates on MSM websites. And pertinent to this topic a year ago, MH370 plane teleportation finally debunked. I can be described as a very open-minded, open-source researcher. Ashton Forbes and I follow one another. So the subject is, did this clip really occur? There is a perspective of the same incident taken with thermal imaging, and it shows the plane also disappearing to the void. This Boeing 777 disappeared from radar March 8, 2014, and remains the single deadliest case of aircraft disappearance. All 227 passengers and 12 crew are presumed dead. Months after the plane disappeared, an anonymous uploader named Regicidanon uploaded strange clips to YouTube on May 19, 2014. The YouTube channel no longer exists, but the history of the uploads can be found on this website called filmot.com, and it shows two important uploads: UAV captures airliner and UFOs, satellite video airliner and UFOs, uploaded the 12th of June 2014 and the 19th of May, respectively. There are a lot of images circulating online used to debunk, but for the sake of not getting caught in the weeds, I'm going to restrict our discussion to the minimum evidence needed to establish truth. As mentioned, I did my original evaluation of this topic about a year ago on the 5th of May 2024. So in the original video, I followed the instructions of an individual called Krishley and used the shockwv.move asset and went through the individual steps given to try to produce the explosion. For the infrared explosion, I didn't have enough frames of the video asset to get a perfect match. Today's video is going to be a continuation of this analysis, but we will have access to absolutely certain date and time. In proving if something is real or not, the date and time of assets used to falsify an event are critical. As mentioned, the original Regicidanon videos are deleted from YouTube as that channel is gone, but fortunately, the application Internet Archive Wayback Machine captured and saved the videos. So going to Reddit, R Airline Abduction 2014, the post titled Just Some Information About the Original Video Uploads will take you to the appropriate archived links of the videos. So this impressive possible satellite construction video was shown to have a May 26, 2014 upload date to the web archive. For the UAV capture video, there was an archive created June 12, 2014, which appears as the earliest in the timeline. However, for a strange reason, the video is no longer accessible. We get video is unknown at this time for the status. When I try to click on a 2015 snapshot, it just reverts back to 2014 for some reason. For September 28, 2018, there is a video file available. There are really only a few important frames in proving the video's authenticity, starting from 1 minute and 45 seconds. Those frames there. On the Big Adude 75 YouTube channel, there is a clip from the movie Anchorman. The clip was uploaded June 5, 2013. Again, MH370 disappeared March 8, 2014. So starting at time 120, actor Will Ferrell's eyes go through a bit of a transformation. I'll show you in a few segments. You see this here, note this little dot delineated there, and a continuation of the explosion. This all happens over a very short interval of time of just 2 seconds. The explosion sequence is understood to be a part of an asset collection from a fire and explosion effects CD called Pyromania 1. And we're led to believe that this was initially uploaded to the web archive December 3rd, 1996, very long ago. Pond 5 has a video of the sequence, which is not accessible on the archive. So I'm scrolling through this explosion sequence here, as you can see. So this is basically what it looks like, minus the Pond 5 overlay. So you can find some of these links on the Reddit RBFX title, search for Pyromania Volume 1 QuickTime BCE of film. So I downloaded this 2018 capture of the UAV UFO video using Wayback Machine YouTube downloader. I also downloaded a segment of this scene from Anchorman using DaVinci Resolve. We frame walk to the appropriate frame in the sequence. So here's the plane about to disappear. Here's the first explosion frame, second, third, fourth, fifth. So going to the first explosion frame, you see this little thing here, and you see these edges that appear to be in a certain way. So in comparison, we frame walked to the appropriate segment of the eye explosion sequence. So frame walking from the beginning through the appropriate frames of the eye explosion sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13. We'll just stop there. The 7th frame for this sequence has this little thing here. It has divots here that look like so. Now moving from the cut to the edit portion of DaVinci Resolve, I have this sequence of the clips now side by side. I'll first show you the findings and then I'll show you the context. So this here is the Anchorman's eye. This is the MH370 explosion sequence. This is the video that was downloaded for comparison from the archive website. So now scrolling back up here, I'll slightly adjust the rotation angle for the MH370 sequence. And so in this comparison, I see the similarities and I see the differences. We have this thing here, this little dot, and comparatively we have this similar appearing dot here. I notice the edges are deeper for the MH370 sequence compared to from the movie clip, but overall the pattern of changes is very similar. So I'm just going to walk you through these. You have these two divots like so, you have these larger divots, you have this divot here compared to this divot, you have this divot here, which corresponds to this divot. You have this bump, which corresponds to this bump. You have this sharp angle divot, which compares here. Though I note for here, there's not a sharp angle. It's more like a rounded edge. And you see another beginning of a sharp angle divot there. And likewise, there's the beginning of another sharp angle divot there. These screenshot image comparisons, again, are from the Anchorman video uploaded June of 2013, and this disappearance video thought to have been originally uploaded June 12, 2014, but with the latest available web archive no earlier than September 28, 2018. That's what I have. The question I have to ask myself are, what are the odds that the MH370 explosion sequence from the available video has a frame that closely matches a movie considered an American classic that was uploaded in 2004, that was released in theaters in 2004. I was going to provide some additional context here. So this is where we are in the frame, and we're going to go ahead and scroll out here. And now I'm going to walk through the clip. Just so you know, I'm not faking this. We're going to frame rock the movie clip. We go frame by frame here, context window. See the little dot there. Again, just referring to my truth-seeking YouTube video resume. You just look through my videos, you'll see I'm not really a person that will call every fringe thing I see as fake. I've tackled topics such as the Mandela effect and the whereabouts of Tiffany Dover. I supposedly was given drops by military intelligence concerning Elon Musk's importance in saving the world. I've covered Buzz Aldrin and his moon landing confessions, lecherous Joe Biden, on and on. My mortal eyes tell me Occam's razor suggests the MH370 footage has to be fabricated. The MH370 footage having an explosion pattern that exactly matches a sequence used in a 2004 movie just doesn't seem probable. I am fascinated by the concept of quantum teleportation, zero-point energy. I understand that if these videos are fabricated for their time, being done in 2014, they would be considered to be the most elaborate hoaxes of all time from the UFO perspective. So I think the evidence to suggest the videos are real comes down to the understanding of the motives. Why would someone, at minimum within a couple of months of the plane's disappearance, upload such an elaborate faked video? A video that has mouse cursors shown here that show a apparent three-dimensional, very wide angle view, fitting with the possibility of use of Gorgon stare technology, having a matching secondary view video in infrared with reticles. Again, the orb flight of these videos match up. Look at this. Imagine how long it would have taken to fake something like this. Usually if things of this nature are fake, there has to be a strong incentive, like a financial incentive, or maybe a threat of some kind. So that leaves the alternative hypothesis that the videos are actually authentic, but that something considered a bit supernatural in our eyes somehow occurred, where edits are somehow able to be made into the past, maybe using D-Wave quantum computing to enable this. I need also to mention the possibility that individuals with right of access could have gone into YouTube's back end and changed previously uploaded videos to have the appropriate sequences to preserve the secret. That would be to say that someone changed this upload of the movie sequence to alter a few frames for the hoax. Very likely someone still has the movie on DVD and could dispel that rumor. But going back to the more supernatural view, if a very advanced technology that can alter space and time was used to insert these artifacts into the past to cover up MH370, then that might also somehow relate to the Mandela effect, though very doubtful that it'll be done just to preserve the secret of MH370. Normal non-invested people would not accept these possibilities. Evidence of fakery such as this would be enough to say that MH370 videos are faked in their eyes. So I think this is a major problem for truth seeking around this issue. I think this will prevent MH370 plane disappearance through orbs theory from really going much further in the mainstream, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on your perspective as far as time invested. Ashton, if you watched this video, I'd like you to know that this is not intended to take away from all the research that you've done and the platform that we've built on this topic. It's important for people to know that advanced technologies likely exist and have been hidden from most people for generations. Ultimately, however, it's going to be the strength of one's integrity and their fact-finding that may persuade people to begin to accept these greater possibilities. If you got from this presentation what you had hoped, I encourage you to give me a follow. Thanks. Peace.